This is code.org, and we are in gradechecker.java. Well, we aren't, but let's see what we're doing. Write a static method called getLetterGrade. The method takes a parameter, int score, for the score to check, and returns a string with the matching letter grade. All right, and then we have, A, B, C. Okay, so let me head over here. And here we are in grade checker. Ooh, how handy. Get letter grade. All right, so we're going to write our method here. They gave us the name of it. Now, the method signature, and guys, keep in mind that's a fancy way to say where you write the method's name. First, we need the accessor type, which will be public. I have an idea. Yeah, we're going to have it be public so we can access it directly. And then static, because it's going to be unchanging, it will be the same, right? Static means unchanging. The same whenever this method is called. There's not going to be particular differences based on a instantiated object. So static, not void, public static, what's it return? It returns a string. So public static string, okay? And then what's the name of our method? Get letter grade, and then there's a parameter, which will be int score. Wow, this is a fancy method signature. Bam. And so when I say method signature, guys, it's the line where we say the method's name, but we also say this is called the access modifier, right? We got the return type here, parameter, so on and so forth. Okay, so what is this going to do? If score is greater than or equal to, okay, so I know I'm going to need a conditional. If score, which is our variable right there, is greater than or equal to what? 100, got it. Wait, if score is greater than or equal to 90, that would make more sense. And less than, okay, so now let me go ahead and we just saw this recently, and it is less than or equal to 100. So and score is less than or equal to 100. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, return A. All right, well, return, and I'm just going to return directly here. I could do a variable, but I want to pause right now, guys. What is this doing? So if, now I got to check score. What is score? It's whatever we're going to use. It's the parameter. If it is greater than or equal to 90, say it's 91, this is true. However, we are doing an and what that means is it doesn't matter that part of this is true. Both sides, you could think of this as almost separate things. They're separate booleans. They'll both be evaluated. Well, they'll both result in a boolean value. Both sides are evaluated independently. So not only does score have to be greater than or equal to 90, it also has to be less than or equal to 100, which is why, you know what's greater than 90? 1,000. However, it's saying, if it's 1,000, it's not going to return A, because 1,000 is not less than or equal to 100. All right, and we're going to see this pattern again, I think, with B, C, and D. Let me hammer in this info. Let's just make sure we do else if, and basically the same idea here. And now we would return B, as a string. Okay. Let me hammer out these other two. They look similar. Just going to do a quick copy paste thing and then explain. All right. So, and then else if it scores greater than or equal to 80 and it's less than 90B, greater than or equal to 70, less than 80C. And it's important that we go in this order, guys, because you want to start with you want to start by eliminating other possibilities. So we know if it is over 90, it can't be any of this other stuff. So we're going down the chain because we need to make sure that these other things aren't true before we check, right? This all looks good. All right, now in my console.java, call getLetterGrade method with different scores to test the method. Cool. Okay, so we don't need to instantiate an object, right? Because we have a public static method. We can call on this directly. So let me go ahead and do, aha! And they're attempting to give you an example of a static method. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do a print statement. I'm doing println. I could just do print as well, but I'll do a print line statement. Systemout.print. So I did letter grade for a 95, and then I'm going to smash onto the end of this my method call. Now, I need to make sure I'm using grade checker, right? Because we're not instantiating an object, we're calling the class directly. And the reason I know this is safe to do so is because our method is static. So even if we did instantiate an object, it wouldn't matter. The method would be identical. And since it's static, we can call it directly. Grade checker dot get letter grade, and now I need to pass it a value. I said I was going to pass it 95 here, so I'll go ahead and do so. And now let me go ahead and do a few more of these. All right, so I did 95, 85, 75, and you can pick. I've just tried to test this out. And so what should occur? It should print this string and then print the result of our method. Let's see what I messed up. Oh, bloop. Java, missing a return statement. So you don't want to do all of this conditionally. Interesting. So what I could do is, if all of that fails, I could return nothing. That would be one way to do this. The reason I wouldn't want to do an else for D is because they actually give us specific requirements for D. So I could return nothing. Another way of doing this that I would like a lot, actually, and I think might be more readable, would be string letter. And I'm going to set that equal to nothing, guys. And then here, what I'll do is this. I actually very much prefer this method. Programming. I think it is more readable. Just like this. Oh, no. And then... And so what this allows us to do is, if this is true, right, then letter is A, and keep in mind with an if statement, none of the rest of this runs. If this is false, if my grade was 85, this wouldn't be true, this chunk of code doesn't run. My grade's 85, so it says, okay, well, else if is 85 greater than or equal to 80? Yeah, it's greater than 80. And is 85 less than 90? Yes, this is true. My letter is B. It would skip the rest of our else's and return letter as B. None of them are true. Letter's blank. It returns that. All right, let's give this a shot. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, pretty cool. Yeah. Onward.